All eyes on Miami tonight as our favorite Democratic candidates finally get into the ring to slug it out over the issues. The first of a two-night debate split between 20 candidates, and President Trump thinks this one's going to be low energy.
Everyone said I'll be tweeting. I'll actually be in a plane, and it just seems very boring, but I'm going to watch it because I have to. That's part of my life. You know, it's part of my life. Do I want to watch it? Do I want to watch these people? That's a very unexciting group of people.
Each of us has come up with a prediction for tonight's debate, and I'll go first. So I predict there's going to be audience interference.
Yes,
I predict there's going to be some heckler, some screamer,
chanting,
something where the audience member or members try to interrupt and cause a scene, and they're going to have to be handled. All right, Katie, you're next.
Everybody's going to get a free car and free college.
You're right.
Just kidding. They'll say that you're going to get that. I think John Delaney will go after other Democrats. He'll be one of the few who does because he's the more moderate, and he's been saying in speeches that socialist policies are bad for the party and bad for the country.
And he will get booed.
Maybe some audience interference there.
Yeah,
and I predict that there will be 0 questions about late-term abortion.
No, also correct. Juan.
Gee, I guess that would be a Republican debate, Katie. Anyway, I think it's obviously a big night for Elizabeth Warren. She's the only one on stage who's polling in double digits. But in terms of the other people, I think it's pretty clear that you're going to have Julian Castro really show up. I think this is in Miami, Hispanic audience on Telemundo. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for him to shine. And I think the second thing, and this goes back to what Katie was saying, I think the big surprise is here. Let's talk about Trump. More talk about policies. And so some people may say that's boring, but I think they're going to distinguish themselves. And like someone may say to Elizabeth Warren, could be Delaney, could be Amy Klobuchar, how are you going to pay for that?
Oh, all right. That could be interesting. Dana.
All right, I have one that I think that Beto O'Rourke will raise $1 million after tonight's debate.
Why?
And get a second wind.
Because he'll do so well.
Because he's been laying low. He knew he's got something, right? He didn't get all the way to the Ted Cruz race as he did with, what did he raise? $50 million, $80 million. He has a following. I think that he could find a way to get a second wind tonight.
Oh, I like that prediction. Definitely a possibility.
I predict not a second wind, but a broken wind.
No, oh,
I have 3 predictions that Wayfair...
Just like your OMTs, you can't stick to one.
I can't say. Wayfair will provide beds to anyone watching this debate, including half the participants. Also, a prediction for the audience that they will have a hard time telling the difference ideologically between the candidates and the moderators, because we know it's all one flavor of leftism. And finally, my bold prediction that's here, Beto will accidentally take out someone's eye with a flailing elbow.
No, Beto.
And then he'll use his $1 million to
Yeah,
pay
that's right.
the medical
All right, so Juan brought up Elizabeth Warren, who's far ahead in the polls compared to the other people who are going to be on that stage. I think she's going to be asked about her Indian heritage. And I think she has to be. You don't think so?
No, I do.
You don't think one of the moderators is going to say, you know, one of the things that the president likes to say, how are you going to handle this? You don't think she's going to be asked about this?
No, I do.
Okay, yeah,
I don't.
And if they didn't, it would be dereliction
they're
of
going to
duty
serve
as
it
a
up for her.
moderator.
I think she has to have a different answer. I think she has, and I'm going to give her some advice, because she has to flip it back onto the president. She has to say, the president is obsessed with my family tree, and I care about families being separate at the border. That's how she has to do it.
Why are you giving her advice right now? What are you doing?
Well, that's a great line.
That is a great line.
I think it's a better line.
It's a better line
than what she has been saying, which is,
If she takes advice from Jesse, that's a story. We lead with that tomorrow.
All right, but I think it's her night to shine. Would you agree?
I think it's night to shine, but I
She has a
also
lot to
think
lose
that,
tonight.
yes, here's the thing. She will make it to the second debate.
Right.
One of the things that the Democrats have done, the DNC has done, is said, to get to this first debate, you had to have 65,000 small donors, right? To get to the next debate, you have to have 130,000.
So you need momentum.
So she probably will be able to do that. I think many of the others are not going to be able to make that. So you will have fewer people in July.
By the way, Jesse, I think that when you were talking about the advice you're giving her, it just reminds me, I think you want a debate that's more like the Republican debate.
I do.
Little Marco, Lion Ted.
I want personal attacks. I want sharp exchanges.
Yeah, that's what
I do not want to be bored by policy on global warming.
Your expectations are going to be a little let down.
Greg, yesterday you said that you weren't going to watch. Are you standing by that?
No, I'm going to watch. The curse here is that because there are so many people and their time is limited, how can you make an ass of yourself? It's going to be really hard for these people to make an ass of themselves.
just
I
wait.
think they'll do just fine.
But then they do have less time to marshal one candidate to go up against an already mobilized Trump. So you could end up with that plurality problem where it's just all somebody needs is this much to become the nominee, and it could be anybody.
Well, none of them ever they never run out of reasons to run.
Right.
They run out of money to run.
That's right.
That's what will happen.
But I actually think the
about.
opposite could happen because there's not enough time. People could say something without enough context, and that will be taken out of context.
Well, you know,
right.
the key, I got to tell you, the key is not that exciting, so I agree with you on that. The key is introducing yourself. Most people don't know these folks.
That's true.
All right. Thank God.
Is Yang tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. It's at 9 o'clock, everybody, so try to stay awake.